Well, greetings everybody. Diane Cox here, as if you didn't know. And I'm here to do tarot guidance for April 2024. And I want to do something a bit different. I'm purely flying on the wing of the moment here. Because as you know, or maybe you don't, this is when things start to get very interesting. They already are this year, but you know, the last 2 weeks of March and April and then May, it all kind of gets interesting. And so I've shuffled the cards already because I know it takes a bit of time and I won't rush it. So one thing that I will say, the significator, I'm not doing a Celtic cross, I'm doing kind of a, well, like I say, flying on the wing of the moment thing. So let's see what comes up. But one card that fell out when I was going, okay, you know, April 2024, the fourth month of 2024, you know, anyone who sees this, anyone who's connecting with my energy, that is going to be useful and some guidance and insight, blah, 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 as you all know. And this is the card that came up. It didn't come up, one of those that flew out, just wanted to be seen, and it is this, the High Priestess. I love this card. Okay, I really love this card. And the reason I love this card is because it's mystery, it is instinct, it is things that we can't always see. It's really touching into that magical, intuitive side of self, you know, going into the underworld. And you have all the symbolism, the two pillars and the flowers, I forget what they are. Well, I don't. I think they're narcissi, if I remember correctly. Flowers of the dead and the pomegranate that she eats. And it's about going deep. It's about intuitive feeling. It's about recognizing self, what you need, and listening to your own voice. The High Priestess is the significator for April 2024, and it's a beautiful significator in my personal opinion. So the next card I'm going to draw is going to be what is presenting itself. I'm going to do two aspects that are presenting. What can we expect to be presented with? So she's at the kind of top of the pyramid, if you like, and then we have these two cards that come underneath. I'll remember to post a picture at the end of the reading. So what's going to be presented to us? Because it's a big month, isn't it? Anyway, stop going on about it's a big month. We know it's a big month. Okay, what's going to be presented to us? Oh, okay. As I often say, wasn't expecting this. The Ace of Cups, Aphrodite, springing from the ocean and coming with her love, her cup of love, her big massive cup of love. Look at that. Okay, that was quite interesting. Aphrodite and cups, the upwelling of emotion, creativity, the kinds of opportunity, some things that can happen that will really get you connect with that great feeling of love and potential of love. That's a very nice cup. Well, it is a nice cup to have right next to the High Priestess. Feminine energy, very interesting. Obviously, it doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine. It's still that kind of wonderful creativity. Aphrodite and her cup of love. April, wasn't expecting you to have all this. Oh yeah, here's okay, that's quite interesting. What else is going to this is really interesting. What else is going to make itself known and come into our realm of knowing? So this is Narcissus, the Page of Cups. So we have the Ace of Cups one side. In this deck, this is the Page, this is Narcissus. Narcissus was the boy who was so beautiful that everyone who saw him fell under his spell. and he'd never seen his reflection in a mirror because his mother basically stopped him from seeing himself because everyone was enchanted by him. And then one day he came by this pool and he saw his own reflection and fell in love with himself quite dramatically and wholeheartedly. And he sat by the pool and just like was staring at himself, and in the end he died by the pool, and this blood was shed, and where his blood was shed the Narcissus came up. The message of the Page of Cups in this deck is about love. It's about the dangers of, this is weird, look at this. It's about the dangers of the kind of obsessive love, what's that word? That kind of self-indulgent love, that narcissistic love. So on one hand we have the Ace of Cups, Aphrodite comes forth, this is April 2024, and then on the other hand we have the Page of Cups going, let's not be fooled, let's not be deluded or led down a garden path about what love is. And it is a cup, it is a card, it is a cup. It is a card. Obviously, cups is again love, emotion, depth, creativity, and that ability and the pages, as you probably know, are being a little bit naive about something. So being a little bit naive about possibility, potential, how things can work out. You know, I always used to have a mantra, which I've probably told you this lots of times, that when I was younger, it's like, love conquers all. And used to live by that mantra for many, many years until you realise that, no, actually, no, it doesn't. Actually, it should, but it doesn't. When you love people who are traumatized and in unresolved kind of situations regarding their spiritual selves and everything, you can love them as much as you want, but until they love themselves, it's not really going to be fully resolved or healed or balanced in harmony. So this is very interesting. So we have the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, and the Page of Cups, and that's what's presenting. Okay, this very interesting April about love, about creative pursuits, artistic pursuits, emotional pursuits. On one hand, it's Aphrodite going, the cup runneth over, and on the other side, it's like, but be careful, because love can be in so many guises, creativity can be in so many guises, and the naivety, this is what really strikes me today, the naivety of the Page of Cups, falling in love with his own reflection and basically not moving from the spot, not eating, not drinking, and eventually ending his days there. How very confusing at the moment. But is it, Are you feeling creative, and are you feeling emotional? Are you feeling the cup vibe? Are you feeling the waters, the sap rising? Are you feeling like you're drowning? Are you feeling like you're a little trickle or a big tsunami? How are you feeling with this water energy of the cups? And all in the middle of it, you've got the High Priestess going, use your intuition, use your intuition. We can't see the big picture yet. You're going into the underworld, use your intuition. Ooh, that actually kind of strikes a bit of a chord. Okay, so the next two cards that are going to go underneath Aphrodite and Narcissus is basically going to be what is the best way to deal with what is being presented to us. So it's like a support. What is the support we're getting from these two cards? For these two cards, what is the support mechanism coming? Okay, so under Aphrodite, we have the Six of Pentacles. Daedalus here, has is in a bit of a pickle here. Daedalus. He's basically had to flee because he killed his nephew, who was becoming more talented than he was, and he killed his nephew. He did a terrible thing and created some awful karma for himself, and he goes to the king. I think this is the King of Colchis, and begs, you know, for safety, and that he'll you know, do anything for the king, make him anything, and he's very skilled. And so the king basically gives Daedalus a second chance and says, okay, we'll kind of hide you here, kind of paraphrasing, but we'll hide you here, and then you can work for me. And he gets a second chance, gets a second wind. Okay, so what's the message for that under the Aphrodite, the Ace of Cups? You know, I'm going to do a video on the astrology after this, and you know, April, we start off with a Mercury retrograde on the 1st of April. It's already in its shadow phase, and you know, Mercury seems to be going back in the skies, but it's the way of the way the planets move. And Mercury retrogrades are all about going over things, going back, going over contracts, going over building plans, going over your route to get somewhere, going over, you know, agreements you've made with people. It's all about going over things, okay? And so you've got that in April, and I'm thinking about the Six of Pentacles, because Daedalus has to go over his own life. He's realised he's done something terribly shameful, but he gets a second chance. So maybe underneath the Ace of Cups here, under Aphrodite, what is supporting us? It's like, don't give up. Don't think that everything is lost. And even though you might have done something really bloody stupid, don't give up. You know, just I think personally, the big thing of that would be like, acknowledge that you've done something stupid, apologize, say you're sorry, take responsibility. That's really one thing I get. Take responsibility and just go, okay, I did something terrible and stupid, I'm sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. Underneath the Ace of Cups, it's like, you've got a second chance, don't throw it all away. You know, there's hope there. So that's what I get from that today. What do we have supporting the Page of Cups? We have the Strength card, which is very interesting. Obviously on this deck you've got a male, I think it's Hercules if I remember correctly, but I might not. And so, that's interesting. So underneath Narcissus, who kind of got himself into that self-love situation and the naivety, you have Strength, and the Strength card is about wrestling the aspects of yourself that do yourself no favours into submission, to get a grip on aspects of yourself that can be ruinous, that can be, and that really goes very, very well with this, you know, that getting to grips with aspects of yourself that you know, you just shoot yourself in the foot. You know, what is it? Something about your nose and your face. You take your nose off to spite your face, or something in that realm. So supporting Narcissus and the naivety regarding certain creative pursuits and certain possibly love pursuits and certain new beginnings of creative endeavours. I tell you what it feels like, you've got to just come to terms with things that sabotage, that's the word. It's self-sabotage. Why do you do these things that sabotage yourself? It's time to really kind of look at that this month. Self-sabotage. Why do you self-sabotage? What is the point? Why do you do that? We all do it at some point, don't we? Or why do you keep doing, you know, that thing about why do we expect, when we keep doing the same thing, why do we expect different results? You've got to change things in order to get different results. Okay, very interesting. So, and what I'm going to do next is a crossing card over the Six of Pentacles and the Strength card to say what is the obstacle, what is the barrier or the bridge that happens in April 2024 that can make it difficult, that can be, you know, I should get my Pandora card out and just see what the Pandora say, but we'll use these. And so what is crossing? What is the obstacle? What is the thing that's going, okay, but you've got to get over this? I think kind of Strength in itself is quite a thing. But these are meant to be supporting cards. So the Strength card is like, well, we're supporting you, but, you know, wrestle yourself to the ground, you know, just get those bits of you that are always a bit out of order, in order. Just, you know, get a grip of yourself. Come on, get a grip. Not always easy to do, is it? When things are all going a bit mental and chaotic around you, it's like, I'd like to get a grip, but it's all going a bit bonkers. And it is so going bonkers in the world right now, isn't it? It's like, Okay, so what crosses the Six of Pentacles? Okay, we have this again. Oh, very interesting. Look at this. So this is this is Jason from Jason and the Argonauts. He's in this card. He's found out that this person kneeling before him killed his father and stole the crown and the king's position from Jason's father. And Jason's just found out, and he's gone to kind of get revenge for his father's murder. And this person on his knees says, "Oh, if you only you go and get the golden fleece for Zeus, all will be handed back to you. Of course it's yours. Of course it's your right. Of course it's your birthright. It's your ancestry to be the king. And I just took it." You know, he's got the crown in it. "I just took it to be, just to look after it until you came along." He's a liar. He's a deceiver. Okay, so what is crossing the Six of Pentacles, where Daedalus has got another chance because of his skill and his reputation? What crosses it? What do we have to get over? Deceit. People around us that are not maybe quite telling the full story, the full truth, being led down the garden path. So this is a very interesting message for April. Okay, there's some good stuff, and there's that intuitive High Priestess, and then this Three of Wands. I mean, also you could say, okay, it's Jason kind of going, he's being kind, he's given this king, the opportunity, but that king he expects Jason to die. Basically, he's sent him on this mission to get the golden fleece, and of course, who thinks it's actually going to be got? Well, this king on his knees doesn't. He's being a deceitful person who hopes Jason dies and that he can just carry on being king. So I would say in April there could be things happening around that are full of deceit, full of false messages, misinformation, being sent on a fool's errand. Okay, that's what it feels like, and that's crossing the Six of Pentacles, where someone's given Daedalus a second chance. So if someone's giving you a second chance and it's Mercury retrograde, be very careful of checking contracts, checking the small print, checking the personality of people, and this would say, if you feel that something is not right, it is not right. The High Priestess, that intuitive wonderment. If it doesn't feel right, it's because it isn't right. Okay, really. And this is this and Strength are the two major arcana. So using your intuitive self and using it to basically using it to calm and subdue those aspects of you that aren't very helpful. Okay, what crosses Strength? Oh, okay. What is the crossing there? The two twins, the Dioscuri. Okay, so the Knight of Swords. This is a card of, so it's air. It's the element of air. Whenever I look at this, I always think falsities, gossip. Again, ideas that are not true. It's hot air, it's hot exchanges, it is kind of messages of things that will rile you up or annoy you. It's heated exchanges. I mean, look at the look at the storm clouds in the background, and the two twins are on the back of the charger and they want to charge in and get things sorted. It's air, charging in with communications, charging in with words, what to say. Mercury retrograde, be careful. When Mercury's retrograde, we do go over things, and that could be just like getting into heated words about situations that are in the past that are coming up. So, and don't they just go so well together? Strength, wrestling those aspects of you to the subduing those aspects of you that are unhelpful, and then crossing that, being kind of, this is what I get, being triggered, being poked, so you can't help but react and snap and do something. And then strength is going, rise above it, take the high ground, rise above it, don't drop down to their level, rise above it, be this beautiful figure of the high priestess, use your intuitiveness, you're not seeing the whole picture. So even though you're having this experience, it's not the whole experience, you're not being shown the whole picture. So just go inside, refer to your inner wisdom, your inner knowledge, and just kind of go with that more than anything. Okay, and then at the bottom, I'm going to see like what's the general outcome of the vibe, and okay, and the general kind of outcome, the vibe, the Fool. Okay. And the Fool at the end of a reading, which this is, it's at the bottom, is, like the Fool represents being, if it's at the beginning of a reading, it can be like, oh, watch out, you're throwing caution to the wind, you're stepping off, it's about trusting, but sometimes, again, being a little bit naive about it. It's like, okay, you're kind of looking up at the heavens and stepping off a cliff and hoping everything's going to be all right. And at the end of a reading, it's like you have been through the Fool's journey almost. You've taken the step. You kind of have thrown caution to the wind, but in a very different way. It's not a naivety. It's like, because you've had experience. So you've had experience of disappointment and delusion and love and loss, and you've been through the life of and the experience of the Fool at the end of the reading, and it's like, what you're talking about. It's an actual card of understanding and being able to just kind of let go. It's like, okay, it's a kind of freeing, liberating movement. And in this deck, you'll see, you've got that almost like the magician pose, where one hand is held up to the heavens and one hand is pointing down to the earth, and it's that kind of balance of the messages from Father Sky and Mother Earth, trusting in the process, and like I say, we haven't got the dog in this one, have we, like the Rider-Waite has? So trusting in the process. See, in this deck, you've got the sunrise in the back. There's sun is rising on a new day, new experiences, and trusting in the divine, trusting in guidance, trusting in the path. Wow, that's quite interesting. The Fool's Journey. What a fantastically interesting spread that is for April 2024. So let's just recap it all. Okay, the big takeaways for me: High Priestess, Strength, and the Fool. Big opportunities coming in the Ace of Cups, Aphrodite. Big kind of lovely opportunities of relating, of love, of relationship, friendship, creative pursuits, endeavors, artistic stuff, writing, who knows what you're brilliant at. Supported by the Six of Pentacles. If you've made a mistake, just try again. Acknowledge them, work on them, eradicate them, be better than you were the last time when you're doing whatever you're doing. Acknowledge. I'm finding today, I just like acknowledge it. Hold your hands up and just go, I did it wrong. I made a mistake. I effed up and I am sorry. And I'm working on not doing that again. Something as simple as that. And then crossing that, people who might be being a little bit untruthful about what's going on, about people's intention, and the fact that this bloke expects Jason to not make it back, and he can carry on being king. There's deceit. There's something around that. Just be very wary. Use that High Priestess. On the other side, the Page of Cups. Then again, naivety, being led down the garden path, being naive about love, expectations, being naive about what your limits are creatively, your new pursuits, what you think is possible and what isn't. Being stagnant, because the whole thing about this mythic tarot is like he just stops. His life stops when he sees himself, and is it the card of a narcissist? Well, yeah, I suppose it could be. But and then what's supporting Narcissus in his naivety is the Strength card. I've gone on about that. Subduing and bringing into order and into line those aspects of you that can be a little bit out of line and sabotage your personal success. And then you have the crossing that, the Dioscuri, the twins, and the hot words, heated words. So that's what you have to be wary of, the heated words that maybe, you always get into a scrap, a verbal scrap, and, it's what kind of undoes you. Maybe you're the kind of person that is really good with words and really gets under people's skin, or you say things that you don't mean. And these two cards together, the Strength card, is like, don't do that this time. Just learn from your mistakes and just go, okay, I'm not doing it this time. And, it's about growing and moving upwards, and then at the end of it all we have this. It's quite a weird thing to end with, isn't it? The Fool. It's like, okay, I'm done. It's kind of, I'm done. I've been through hell and high water. I've been through all these experiences, and now everyone can do one. It's like, that's what I kind of feel. Everyone can do one now. I'm doing what suits me, and I've been through it all, and I'm now just going to trust in the process. The sun's rising. What's quite interesting is in the background, it looks quite barren, and he's walking off this kind of fertile cliff into this barren, unknown land. The Fool is about walking into the unknown, but as opposed to being a bit daft when it's at the beginning of a reading. At the end of the reading, it's like it's with kudos, it's with knowing, it's with knowledge, it's with an understanding of what that means. Walking into the unknown, fearless into the unknown. At the beginning of a reading, a bit daft. At the end of a reading, fearless. It's nice through that whole life path. So April 2024, I'm going to do the one on astrology, like I say, because it's the big eclipse, and it's Mercury retrograde, and it's Jupiter and Uranus, and all kinds of other things coming to pass. So, but let's start there. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, please do leave comments. And I love it when other tarot readers give their interpretations. I love it. So if you've got a great interpretation for any of that, please do leave it. And it's all living and learning, isn't it? And I love it. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great April. It's it's going to be an interesting one. And keep my parting thing is keep your intuitiveness. Whether just keep your own compass. Just keep referring to your own compass, okay, and your own intuitive brilliance, and your own knowing, and your own fantastic wisdom. What's that lovely meme? I love that meme that's got you are the kind of creation of thousands of ancestors, and here you are with your own wisdom, with all that support behind you. So have a great month. Thank you so much for watching. It's very, very kind of you. And see you in the next video when we talk about all the eclipse and stuff. So thank you. Bye for now.